Hey guys, what's up? Amy from Shaw here. Thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel, and welcome back if you've been here before. So today I have my first Halloween tutorial of this year for you guys. I'm actually going to get some up this year. I didn't get any up last year, so I'm super excited for it. I hope you're as excited as I am. If you like the video, you know the drill. Be sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Click and subscribe if you want to see more from me, and let me know what future tutorials you want to see in the comment box below. And yeah, let's get into this kind of creepy jack-o'-lantern body painting. It's pretty easy to do, a little like tedious and a lot of back and forth, but like, you know, when you're sticking to only black and orange and white as a highlight, it makes things pretty easy. So let's get into this tutorial.
Alright you guys, so I'm just starting with my tank top here, folding the straps down and going in with a reference image from Imprint Face Painting and Body Art. And I'm starting with my MAC Brush Black Brushstroke Eyeliner, and I'm mapping out the parts of my face that are going to be largely black and not having orange, just to have that space to work around with the orange so that, you know, we're not wasting paint where we don't need it. Now I'm going in with my orange Chroma Cake water activated body paint from MAC Cosmetics. I'm going to paint the entire chest area and face around those black spots with that, and I'm going to have to do a few coats to get it nice and opaque. Now I'm going to go in with MAC's Red Brick eyeshadow and an angled brush, and I'm going to start to map out where I want the kind of the ridges to have the deepest parts of them. And I like doing it with this because we'll be blending it away and softening it later, so when you do it with a shadow you can do that. If you're going in with something harsh, it's less forgiving, so if you screw up it's gonna ruin the look for you. Now I'm going back in with that Brush Black pen eyeliner, and I'm going to start to draw out the kind of squiggly carved out jack-o'-lantern mouth. Again, this doesn't have to be too perfect because it's almost like the more curly and rigidy and wavy, the creepier it looks. So this is a really great look for beginners in that regard. Now I'm going in with the MAC Chroma Cake in Black, another water activated paint, and I'm just going to fill in all of those areas really quickly without paying too much attention to those edges. It's okay if they're a little thick and chunky for now, because we're going to go in with other easier mediums to create light, tiny, super thin lines later. So we're really just using this for the sake of filling in those spots. Now I'm going back in with that Red Brick eyeshadow and a MAC 217 brush, and I'm going to feather that along the edges of the deeper parts of the ridge that we had just mapped on. So this is going to create some shading to create depth and make it look like this is a 3D surface and not just flat on the face. So we're going to do that everywhere on the face and then the neck. I'm going in with what you can see is my very well used and well loved Mayron cream stick paint, and I'm just using a MAC dual fiber kind of fluffy brush here, and we're just going to go and buff that into the very center parts of those ridges that we created to highlight them and make them look even more 3D and like they're coming forward. And you can start by, you know, applying this more intensely in the center in like a swipe, and then buffing it around in circular edges at the at the edges to soften it out more and blend it. So now I'm going in with my Mud Black eyeshadow here, and I forget the name of this brush, but you can use an angled brush if you want. And I'm going to go in at the very, very center of that Red Brick eyeshadow that we laid down and deepen up that crease of the pumpkin ridges even more. And I'm going to do that on my entire face, my entire neck. And then what I'm going to do after I've done that is we're going to feather it outwards to the sides just a little bit, using the same brush to help create that gradient shadowed effect. And if you find it still a little too harsh after you've done that, or it's, you know, just not meshing well, you can go back in with that MAC 217 brush and some more Red Brick eyeshadow to bring the orange back to the look. Now I'm going back in with that same brush, and I'm going to deepen up that mouth crease there at the side that we have. So just going really dark with the black shadow right along it, and then pulling it down in back and forth motions, circular motions, whatever you like to do to blend out and soften a contour, basically. So now that that's done, I'm going to go in with an angled brush and that Makeup Designatory Cosmetics black eyeshadow again, and we're going to start mapping out the kind of runny pumpkin eye veins, or whatever you want to call them. Again, these don't have to be perfect. It's ideal if you can get the edges a little bit more thin, but we are going to be going in with another more product conducive to doing that. So I like this as a way to start, because we can fix it up later when it is this powder, and it also creates a bit more of a shading effect, I find, underneath these sharper edges that we'll lay down with other products. And then I'm also going to connect those in between each line that we draw so that it looks like a little bit of an arch in between each line. And we're going to do that along the top too, so it kind of looks like there's some crazy veiny eyebrows coming out here. This was my favorite part of the look to do. It was a lot of fun. And again, no rhyme or reason to this, just kind of drawing some veins or tree branches on your eyebrows. So now I am just shading the eyebrows a little bit here, so I'm emphasizing that inner curve that we drew when we frowned in the beginning there for where our natural angry wrinkles would be. And I'm going to shade upward to create some depth to make my eyebrows look like they're popping out more, which is going to make my eyes look more sunken in, and keeping the intense darkness again lowered to the eye and the wrinkles we're drawing on there. And I'm doing the same thing above the eyebrow as well, where I kind of drew on that top of the eyebrow bone in those little curved lines right above the eye socket. So I'm going back in and kind of doing what we did with the eyes a little bit to the rest of the mouth and the nose. So I'm taking what's left over on that brush with the eyeshadow, and we're just going to feather it upward and downward around the mouth to create a little bit more dimension and shading there from those squirrely mouth carvings, so that it will look even more kind of creepy and organic looking. So sorry guys, I just realized I did this last step off camera. I really should have done it on camera, but once I finished all the shading with the eyeshadow, I actually went back in with the brush black pen style eyeliner from MAC, and I crisped up those little runny eyes and the mouth a little bit to make it look more feathered out by having a harsher, darker black closer towards where we put the water activated black, and then it would fade out into the shadow, so it would look like a nice soft gradient. I should put that on camera, but anyways, that really helped a lot to make it super black and not just look like a kind of muddy shadow, I find.
Well, that's the complete look, you guys. So I really hope you enjoyed this creepy jack-o'-lantern kind of maniacal character body paint tutorial. It was easy-ish to do, took me a total of 2 hours. So yeah, please give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Click subscribe to see more from me. Let me know what you want to see in the comment box below, and also make sure to go check me out on Instagram, because I'll be uploading there every single day this month for 3 different looks. I'm so excited. Alright, you guys, take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye.